Hey there, we'll do this again. There I decided to shut my phone off, okay, so that this wouldn't go up. But we can do that again. See, it knows that I normally don't operate on any memory because I have access to all the information that exists within the entire cosmos as it's being experienced, which means when the information has value and it's important to know it at the time in which I'm supposed to know it, then I'll know it. That's called self-knowledge. That means you're a source unit. Okay. So how powerful are your neurons, right? So one of the things that I realized is that I thought to myself, I started off with, let's see how long it takes before my mind gets distracted. Want to put a stopwatch on it? Put a stopwatch on it before my mind gets distracted by somebody else's mind that's being held by a programmer, a robot. There was a guy that coined a term called order followers. You can always tell a programmed MK Ultra robot because they're always telling you what to do. They're always telling you what to do, which means you're experiencing what it is they're telling you to do, and you go ahead and experience that. That's how bad it is. So they're programmers, aren't they? Yeah. It's called a domination and a controller. Okay. That unit does not know how to be free at all. So what ends up happening is you're held captive to it. That's why when I went to high school and Foothill, I think it was 1966, 67. Don't quote me on dates because I don't do that shit. Ordinarily, I don't operate on memory. Okay, so it's just like, man, I do memory dumps like crazy, particularly a few years ago. I dumped a lot of shit. When you go into a place to see how they program people, it means you have to experience the data, experience the programming, so you can kick it all out when you're done with it. So it's pretty simple, you know, it's nothing more than, and that's really what an information war, which is an electronic war, which are called electrical wars over consciousness, what your consciousness experiences in mind, body, and spirit. Unless you're a real cyborg or an android, and just like I was saying to a guy earlier, you know, I said, hey, what have they got you doing around here? He says, I run the compactor. And I said, oh, you're a machine operator. I've been a machine operator before. I said, you know, my dad used to program those things. Robots. Used to program machines, to run machines, other machines. Remember Terminator? Yeah. All the data he was compiling by what he was seeing on the visible light spectrum, holographic data processors through the eyeballs. So you know how to program matter, right? Of course. So we don't let anybody else try and program us, which means we're experiencing what they program in us. What the fuck? Over? So I know that a lot of my light is being used upstairs. Okay. I got that signal. That's me talking to me. So that's why I said a while ago, this will not take long. I mean, you got to know in your heart that love is the most powerful energy there is, because it is. I don't know of anything more powerful than what it feels like to feel in your heart so much love you have for a girl, or how much love a girl has for a guy, because the essence of their spirit is so beautiful to hang out with, because they're so majestic. Their energy feels so beautiful to experience. It ignites your furnace. And your vibration just goes ballistic. Right? That's us. Okay? So, how long did that take? 4 minutes, and my mind's been distracted. 4 minutes, 24 seconds. Now, there are other times during the day when I get distracted probably 10 times in less than 14 seconds. That's called holding the mind's energy captive to somebody else's mind. Thank you. So that's sort of how it works, you know. It is what it is, as we say. So it takes an enormous amount of temperament. You know, when I was a kid growing up, when you're a peacekeeper, man, you gotta absorb a lot of shit. And you better find a way to dump it, get rid of it, and maintain the peace. Maintain your peace, because you realize you know what you are, and you know what you're not, and we ain't what they are. Right? So when you're surrounded by bad guys, okay, you realize the nature of the war that you're in, which is an energy war, which is a frequency war, which is harmonics. So you gotta keep your harmonics tuned to be in alignment with the real universe. And that's pretty easy for us to do, okay? Now, naturally, as I've mentioned many times, I want to go be with the girl on the planet. Be with the big breathers, the big trees, right? Yeah. So we like living wood. One of my first clues when I was about, how old was I, 24 years of age? Hey, here's another description. I had a father-in-law who was from Bucharest. Actually, he was from Transylvania, Romania, and his wife was Hungarian. Okay, that's a whole other story. But my wife at the time, her mother, which was his wife, was from Budapest, Hungary. She was a freedom fighter, actually, a radio operator in the 1957 Hungarian Revolution against the former Soviet Union. So I learned a lot through her. And the unfortunate part about that is now she's stuck in a material density, thinking that she's got to accumulate more of their evil money in order to maintain what it is she's aware of, which is herself. Yeah, that's how bad it is, see? So naturally, she programmed her daughter to do that, which is why when I married her, I thought, this isn't going to last long. If it lasts 7 years, I'm fucking lucky, because I'm looking for a girl that's a spiritual warrior. Okay, so for what it's worth, no, everything is translated through money, which is going in the opposite direction, right? Yeah, okay, so they did that everywhere. So when you're programmed to become what that is, you're not going anywhere, right? You're not climbing a DNA spiral ladder. So that's just another measurement, right? So, it's when you have a hierarchical system, because remember, we're autonomous units. And what allows us to be autonomous and creative and use our imagination and be free is because we have so much love in our heart. We're banging the light out, okay? Which means we're energy givers. Just natural cosmic antennas for Laniakea. Just producing an enormous amount of light everywhere we go, which is an enormous amount of love, right? So you learn how to go faster, 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 right? Because that's how much you're in love with your universe, and that universe is in your mind. So it starts with you. Us. And when you're experiencing that, you can truly realize just how self-empowered you really are to experience the reality that you choose to experience. Because that's what the light is. That's what love is, and that's what freedom is. Go read the first, paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. I read that when I was a little boy, and I thought, well, that's bullshit. All you got to do is walk out on the street, and you realize, toss that piece of paper in the fucking trash. Because that's not your experience. Now, if I want to experience the Declaration of Independence, I'll go be with Mama Earth. That's freedom. And the energy's higher. So we don't live in dead wood. Okay? They do. Okay? We live in living woods because we're a living battery. So that sort of harkens to the, the AMC television channel with the Walking Dead, Zombie Land. It's like, what happened to their spirit? What happened to their soul? You don't see them celebrating life with love, and they're alive and dancing in the streets because they love their energy. Wow. So you got people that are always telling you what to do because they want to control you. They want to control what you experience. So you need to get rid of people like that out of your life, because that doesn't serve humanity. That's not love and service to others. That's a control freak. That's a psychopath. Okay? And the reason for that is they live in fear of what love is. So they're in so much fear they have to control everything because they fear the unknown. Love is fearless. Children are fearless when you watch them with a box of crayons. They're having fun. You're supposed to have fun down here. That's what I did. I had a blast. Even though I realized the pain, particularly from a teacher's perspective, when you realize it's a classroom. I can't even begin to explain to you. I've written thousands of books about this already because it's already there about how painful it is to know. Because imagine you're a mother and you're going to send your children off to school only to find out they lost their soul. Okay? I don't know of anything that will piss a mother off more than that. All you got to do is talk to Karen Ann Luke McDonald, my grandmother. Ask her how she feels. Okay? I know how I felt about it. I dumped it. I dumped it on the north shore of the Hamakua Coast on the Big Island of Hawaii. That's when they came to listen to what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Because when your students come into my classroom, they're safe. Okay? They're loved, cared for, with an enormous amount of compassion because that's the energy that we use to teach with. That's called a circle of light. That's a high-speed Merkaba. Okay? Which means you have every reason to believe that when you send your students into our classrooms, they're going to learn the right stuff. Remember the right stuff? Yeah. So they invert everything so that when the jig is up, you don't know who to trust anymore, do you? What you trust and what we know is the truth is what love is. Isn't that correct? Hey, buddy. Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, they want me to, I got a job to do here, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not freaking into it.
Yeah. You know? So.
No, not you.
I know it's not me. I'm an observer, remember? I'm in observer mode. I'm in observer mode and experiencer mode. I'm experiencing what's happening here. And I'm observing the insanity. Okay? They know this. But see, they were trapped in a system that was meant to hold their mind's energy captive, and they don't know how to get out of it. Which is basically what I did when I was a child, which is one of these. You don't own me. I'm not your property. Okay? I'm a free spirit, which is seeking the path of least resistance, right? Faster. Of course. Got to spread as much love and light everywhere you go.